Very good morning to all of you, my dear students. I hope you all are fine. This is our second class of the first chapter, which is sentence. Okay. In our previous class, we studied what is a sentence, what is a phrase, and what is a clause. Okay. In this class, my dear students, we will understand what are different kinds of sentences. Okay. So, depending upon the basic nature, although there are millions and billion types of sentences, but depending upon the nature, okay, their basic nature, they all are classified into four different categories. Okay, the very first one is assertive sentence or a declarative sentence. It's a general statement, whether it's positive or negative. I like mangoes, I don't like mangoes, I'm going to Patna, I don't want to go to Patna, or everything which I am speaking to you right now, all the communications which we do, most of the sentences are general sentences, or we call it declarative sentences, and these are all assertive sentences. They end with a simple full stop. Okay, no confusion with that. Let's refer to the book for a few examples. We love our country. Okay, then there is we stood up when the teacher enters the class. The earth moves around the sun. I live in Mumbai. These all are simple statements. Okay, and these are comes under assertive sentences. Okay. Okay, and assertive sentences can either be affirmative or negative. I like mangoes. I don't like mangoes. Both of these sentences will end with a full stop. Okay, these are declarations. I'm declaring I like mango or I don't like mangoes. Okay, I hope you understood this. Okay, then uh, there are interrogative sentences. Okay, then there are interrogative sentences, question sentences. Whenever something is inquired, whenever I ask something from you, it's called an interrogative sentence or a question sentence. Okay, do you all have your breakfast yet? This is a question. An interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentences can be identified and differentiated from rest of the sentences by putting a question mark at the end of the sentences. To end these sentences, we put a question mark at the end of sentences. Okay. Okay, so interrogative sentences is formed in two ways. Okay, very well explanation is given in the book that on page number 10, that interrogative sentences can be formed in two ways, either by putting an auxiliary verb in the beginning or by putting a wh word in the beginning. Okay, let's see a few examples. By putting an auxiliary verb like is he your friend. Okay, if we will say he is your friend, it's a declarative sentence. Okay, an assertive sentence. But if we will put the auxiliary verb in the beginning, it can be transformed into a interrogative sentence. Is he your friend? Okay, has he done so means क्या उसने ऐसा किया है. Has he done so? It's a question. Now the second way of making question sentences or interrogative sentences is by putting a wh word. What is your name? What are you doing? Who are you? Why are you here? All these are wh words and these are interrogative sentences. I hope this much is clear for you. First one assertive, second one interrogative. Now we will move towards the third type of sentence, okay, which is a imperative sentence, okay, or a command sentence. It is a sentence that expresses a command, a request, or a advice is called a imperative sentence. Okay, all the declarations are all the simple sentences which stop with a full stop are all of our assertive sentences, but only three things where a command is given, where a request has been made, or where an advice has been given are called imperative sentences, are put in a different category called imperative sentences. Okay, let's see one example of each. Okay, first, have mercy upon us. What is this? It's a request, isn't it? Okay, please switch off the light. Okay, what is it? This is please sit down, please stand up. These are requests. Okay, now do your homework regularly. Anna, it's advice. Get up early in the morning. It's advice. So these things are advice. Then command like download some information from about Gandhiji from the internet. Do your homeworks regularly. है ना, stand up when I say you to do so. These are commands. So these three types of things are kept separate in a group called imperative or command sentences. They also start with a full stop, start with a capital letter and end with a full stop, just like the assertive sentences. Okay, but it should have a it should be either a command or a request or an advice. Rest all of the sentences which start with a capital letter and end with a full stop are put under this category, assertive sentences. Okay, whether it's positive, negative, anything else. Okay, now there is one more very interesting category, last category left, which is exclamatory sentences. Okay, so in the book it says that a sentence that expresses strong feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. Okay, apart from all these sentences, these are simple sentences, whether someone is asking something, telling something, okay, asking or telling something, but a sentence full of intense emotion has been put under a different category to differentiate it. Okay, and it have a different way to express it in the written form also. Okay, while writing we can't, like if I am telling you, if I am speaking, I can say what a wonderful country India is. If I will say like this, what a wonderful country India is, or if I will say, what a wonderful country India is, you can easily make out whether I am telling it with a lot of emotion, lot of happiness, lot of joy, or simply, yeah, what a wonderful country India is. But while writing, you can't differentiate. While I was writing what a wonderful country India is, how will you make out what was my feeling at that time? So for differentiating that thing, we have a different type of way to express it, the mark of exclamation. If a mark of exclamation is put at the end of a sentence, that means while writing that sentence, the writer was full of emotion, whether it's positive or negative, but it was full of emotions. Okay. Okay, so let's see a few examples. What a wonderful country India is. How beautiful is the butterfly. Okay, how beautiful is the butterfly? And how beautiful is the butterfly? Okay, so we will put a mark of exclamation to express that this was my feeling at the time when I was writing this. I was so full of emotion. So I will put a mark of exclamation. Okay, what a shame. What a shame. The writer is so ashamed, full of ashamed emotion. Okay, and what a nuisance it is. Okay, so these are mark of exclamation and exclamatory sentences, whether it's a happy emotion or a sad emotion, but full of emotion. Sentences full of emotions. An exclamatory sentence starts with a capital letter just like all other sentences and ends with an exclamatory mark. Okay, so 4 types of sentences. If it is a general sentence, all the sentences starts with a capital letter first of all. Okay, then if it's a general sentence, positive or negative, it's an assertive sentence. If it ends with a full stop, but it is either an advice, a command or a request, it's a imperative sentence. If it is ending with a question mark, it's a interrogative sentence. And if it is full of emotion ending with mark of exclamation, it's a exclamatory sentence. I hope you understood these 4 types of sentences. If you have any doubt, we can discuss it in a very elaborate manner in Google Classroom. Thank you very much for watching this video till here.